Hi guys, welcome to another video on verbs. So can you recall what we did in the previous class? Exactly, we saw the definition of verbs, what is a verb, then how do you recognize a verb, and a broader classification of verbs, right? So today we'll be looking at the types of verbs, that is the sub-classification. Okay, now that brings me to my first question. How many types of verbs do you think there is in the English language? Main types, just take a guess. If you guessed six, you're perfectly correct. There are six main types of verbs. These are action verbs, stative verbs, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, auxiliary verbs, and phrasal verbs. Now, in this video, I will be covering the first five types, that is from action till auxiliary. The last one, phrasal, is a bit of a lengthy topic, so one of us will be covering in the next video. Okay, let's get on with action verb. Action verbs are also called dynamic verbs. They express an action, whether it be physical or mental. In the previous class, we saw what is a physical and mental verb. Physical verbs are verbs relating to motion, and mental verbs are verbs relating to brain activities. An action verb explains what the subject of the sentence is doing or has done. Let's consider the following examples. Rahul plays kabaddi. Rahul is the subject. Plays highlighted in yellow is the action verb. Second example, John runs fast. John is the subject and runs highlighted in yellow is the action verb. The third example, I will come to it after finishing 4 and 5. So the fourth one, everyone is listening. Listening highlighted in yellow is the action verb. And she is thinking. Thinking again, the action verb. Now, can you tell me if thinking is a mental or a physical verb? If you say it's mental, you are right. It is a mental verb. Now, the third example, Matthew sings well. We know Matthew is the subject. Now, which is the verb, sings or well? Yes, it is sings. Sings is the action verb in this sentence. Okay, this is all about action verb. Now, let's go to the next one, that is stative verb. Stative verbs express a state rather than the action. So these are verbs relating to emotions, thoughts, beliefs, etc. So let's consider the following example. John doubts the doctor's opinion. John is the subject, which is the noun, and doubts is the stative verb. Okay. I believe the doctor is right. I is the subject, and believe is the stative verb. She wanted another opinion. She is the subject, wanted is the stative verb. So this is all about action verb and stative verb. Action verb are verbs that can, it explains what the subject of sentence is doing, which can be directly observed. And stative verbs express a state rather than the action, like beliefs, thoughts, emotions, etc. Now, the third and fourth one, that is transitive and intransitive verbs. This may be confusing, so what I would recommend now is just pause the video, take a water break, and let's get at this. Okay, transitive verbs. Now, transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object to receive the action. So, in all our sentences so far, our sentence have a subject, a verb, and an object. Let's look at this example. I baked a cake. I is the subject, baked is the verb, and a cake is the object. Second example, he rode the cycle. He is the subject, rode is the verb, the cycle is the object. We moved the chair to another room. We is the subject, moved is the verb, the chair is the object. To another room is nothing but a prepositional phrase. Okay. If you notice one thing that is common in transitive verbs, they have all the sentences have subject, they have a verb, and they have an object. So according to the definition, They are action verbs that have an object to receive that action. There is an object, hence it's a transitive verb. Now, intransitive verbs, some of you might be able to guess, they are action verbs, yes, but they do not have an object receiving the action. So let's look at these examples. I laughed. I is the subject, laughed is the verb, there's no object. The book fell. The book is the subject, fell is the verb. Last one, he went to the field. He is the subject, went is the verb, to the field. To the field, like I said, to another room, to the field is nothing but a prepositional phrase. Now, if you notice one thing that is common in intransitive, there is a subject, there is a verb, but there is no object. So this is the difference between transitive and intransitive. Transitive has a subject, a verb, and an object. Intransitive only have a subject and a verb. Okay, let's look at these two examples. The bird sings. Now, can you tell me whether it is an intransitive or a transitive verb? Sings. If you say it's intransitive, you are correct, as there is no object, because bird is a subject and sings is the verb and there is no object. Second example, the people sang the national anthem. People is the subject, sang is the verb, and there is an object. So it comes under transitive verb. Okay, so I hope these two are clear. If you have any doubt relating to this, feel free to ask. I will respond to it as soon as possible. Okay, now let's look at auxiliary verbs. These are verbs that connect the subject of your sentence to an object. It is also known as linking or helping verbs. They help you recognize the tense of a sentence. Now, if you don't know what a tense means, refer to Samarth's video on tenses. It'll give you a clearer view on the concept. Now, let's consider the following examples of linking verbs: would, should, do, can, did, could, may. Okay, now I will show you one sentence. I go home after football practice. Now, this sentence is grammatically incorrect. So, if we were to correct this, it will be I will go home after football practice. Now, what I meant by saying helps you recognize the tense. I will go. So, what tense would that be? Exactly, future tense, right? If you have any doubt, again, refer to Samarth's video on tenses. It'll be clear for you. Okay, and also, will over here is the auxiliary verb. It connects the subject and the remaining part of the sentence. Now let's look at these two examples. May I go to the washroom? Here, may, highlighted in yellow, is the auxiliary verb. It's over here also, right? May. Okay. The boys are playing football. Are is again a linking verb. It connects the subject, the boys, to the remaining part of the sentence. So auxiliary verbs can be used to ask questions and to tell statements. So that ends our lesson for today. We've covered the first 5 main types of verbs, that is from action till auxiliary. If you have any doubt at all, please feel free to ask in the comment box and I'll respond to it as soon as possible. Thank you, stay safe, and see ya.